Every day I get more and more excited to be a watch collector, with all the incredible micro brands out there who are absolutely crushing it, and the big players who continue to release value-packed new collections. Today we're taking a look at 8 new watches that all hit hard. Tons of style, great specs, and details you'd never expect at this price point. We've got a lot to take a look at, so let's jump into it. Henry Archer is a Danish microbrand founded in 2020 and has quickly earned a great reputation in the watch community by releasing really stylish and value-packed watches. And one of my favorites is the AVA. It's a sporty and versatile daily gata that has all the great features we look for in a watch. I really love the wave texture dial and the variety of colorways that are available. It's a really stunning design with solid specs. To start, this is an automatic powered by the very reliable and slim MIDO 9039. I really don't have much against the NH series mechanical movements, but they are a bit thicker, which in turn makes the watch bigger, so if I had a choice, I do prefer a MIDO just for that reason alone. The AVA pretty much has perfect dimensions, 40 mm in diameter, only 10.5 in thickness, and 47 from lug to lug. A great size, so the watch will look awesome on the wrist and wear fantastic. On top and back is a sapphire crystal that Henry Archer says has been given 6 layers of anti-reflective coating, so legibility will be crystal clear. There's also tons of super bright BGW9 premium grade lume on the markers and hands, and the watch is rated for 200 meters of water resistance. This watch is just a total home run and retails for $574. Next up is a really cool vintage-inspired chronograph that is as affordable as it is great-looking. The 1963 Pilot Chrono from Dan Henry. One detail I really appreciate is the fact that you have the option of both the case size, either 40 or 42.5 millimeters, as well as the choice of a date or no date. From there, you also have 4 colors to choose from, 2 in blue and 2 in black. There's something really eye-catching about a chronograph. The way the pushers look along the subdials, it's a fun, sporty design I've always been into. The case has nice details with contrasting brushing and polishing. It features a GMT bezel with 5-minute clicks and measures 40 mm in diameter, 14.2 in thickness, and just under 47 in total length. The watch will have great wrist presence for sure. Inside, powering the engine is a SEIKO VK63 Mecha Quartz, a very reliable timekeeper. There's also a sapphire crystal protecting the dial that has been given an AR coating for added legibility. Bringing it all to life is the gorgeous double-deck sandwich dial with silver subdials and plenty of lume and the coin edge bezel. The overall finishing is eye-catching and it all looks premium. I especially like the polished chamfering on the lugs, adding that elevated touch of detail. Dan Henry has always been known for making well-made, affordable watches, and this is a great example. The price is $300. Timex is the king of approachable watches, and their Expedition series is among the best affordable field watches ever made. The latest addition to the collection is the Post Solar, which adds some convenient tech that elevates this classic watch without sacrificing its style or bumping it out of a budget-friendly range. It is positioned squarely in the center of the Expedition lineup's pricing. The watch's styling is spot on, with a simple, minimalist stainless steel case that aligns with traditional field watches. The dial is also relatively minimalist in style, using simple hour and minute markings alongside big, bold numerals. Unlike some Expedition versions, this watch has a secondary 24-hour timescale, so you can read it in standard 12-hour time or military time, so it's nice to have that at-a-glance option. What really sets this watch apart, though, is its power source. This is not an automatic, and it's also not a straightforward quartz. Instead, it's right in the middle, using a reliable solar-powered movement that offers a lot more convenience. Speaking of the dial, it's available in 3 colors, black, green, or blue. The watch comes equipped on a fabric strap, a classic element found on field watches. The case and hardware of the Black Edition are also black, while those of the other 2 are gunmetal gray. The 41mm watch has solid protection with a sapphire crystal and 100 meters of water resistance. The new Timex Expedition Field Post Solar is priced at $199. There are a lot of reasons why watch collectors prefer smaller micro brands over the big players, which all pretty much comes down to overall value. And one of the best examples of this is Traska. They have gained attention for their solid build quality and thoughtful designs, packed in really well-made watches at fair prices. True to Traska form, their Venturer GMT looks amazing and is an incredible Gata watch. Go anywhere, do anything with. The attention to details are spot on, whether that be the finishing on the dial or the machine work on the case and bracelet. This watch looks and feels like a luxury timepiece, but definitely in a much more reachable price tag. Some of the key highlights with this collection is the lacquered enamel dial that creates a distinct glossy sheen that's only achieved through a super high heating process. The result is a stunning, eye-catching finish. Also, the watch has been given the brand signature scratch-resistant treatment, where they raise the hardness of the steel case and bracelet to 1200 HV on the Vickers scale. There are 4 colors to choose from, and to be honest, they're all knockouts. The steel blue is perhaps the most interesting, and although it is a little bit more vibrant than the others, it's one of the coolest shades of blue I've ever seen. On top, protecting the dial, is a box-style double-dome sapphire crystal that does include an anti-reflective coating on the underside. This is an automatic GMT powered by the Miyota 9075, a great timekeeper, and allows for a slim case profile. 38.5mm in diameter, 46 in total length, and the best part, well under 10 millimeters in thickness, just 9.75. Yeah, this watch is quite thin and looks impressive on the wrist. Refined, classy, and sporty. The lume is bright, the protection is fantastic, and the brushing and polishing is as good as it gets. This watch does cost $750, a solid amount of money for sure, but if you were to spend that much on a watch, you probably couldn't do any better than this. I mean, come on, that crown at the 10 is such a cool feature. There are a handful of watch brands known for making legendary military tool watches, and one that doesn't get the love as often as they deserve is Tornek-Rayville. The original company existed for a brief period in the 60s and technically wasn't even a real brand. It was an undertaking by an American watch importer named Alan Tornek, who had quite a creative and sneaky plan. This was during the time of the Buy American Act, so Tornek rebranded imported Blancpain 50-fathom divers to be able to sell to the U.S. Navy. He created the image of having his own watch brands, named after his last name, combined with a phonetic anagram of Blancpain's home base in Switzerland, and produced the watches in the U.S., creating a clever workaround to that era's Buy American Act. This was all short-lived, but a few years ago, Tornek-Rayville was resurrected by Bill Yao, the man behind MK2 watches, and someone who is considered an expert on vintage military watches. The resurrected brand kicked off its life with an homage to the original diver in 2021 and has since expanded by recreating other various forgotten military watches. The brand's latest project is the CISO M38. A field watch based on a legendary SEIKO field watch that was issued to key U.S. Special Ops unit during the Vietnam War. This highly classified unit mainly consisted of Special Forces soldiers from multiple branches, including Green Berets and Navy SEALs. They conducted PSYOPs, rescue missions, intelligence gathering, and unconventional warfare across Southeast Asia. Part of the elite group's clandestine kit was a nondescript field watch, which so happened to be the SOG SEIKO 6119. For the modern Japanese-made recreation, Tornek-Rayville worked with a group of MACV SOG veterans to get the right feel for the watch while adding modern upgrades when necessary to make it more functional as a tool watch in the field. Some of these upgrades include a slightly larger case at 38mm, a box sapphire crystal instead of the original acrylic, a screw-down crown and case back, allowing for that 100 meters of water resistance, grade X C3 super lume, and a stainless steel bracelet with solid end links and quick-release spring bars. Powering the watch is a SEIKO NH36 automatic movement, and it's available in 2 versions. One with a mostly sterile dial that simply says SOA at 12 and 24 joules at 6, and another that adds the infamous skull patch insignia at 9. The price is $795 and does include some fun goodies along with the watch. The Timex Marlin and the parade of iterations has helped make Timex a go-to destination for affordable watches equipped for daily wear. They have made the Marlin even more affordable and reliable than ever before by updating the collection's most stylish design with a quartz movement. The dial is based on the Marlin California, which was introduced in 2020, but the Roman numerals have been replaced with more uniform Arabic. This new Marlin quartz retains the same 34mm polished steel case from the original reissue, and like the 2017 design, it still has an embossed crocodile pattern leather pinbuckle strap, but it has been upgraded with a slightly different texture and quick-release pins. These new Marlins are debuting with two color options. One mirrors the original with a steel case and dial decorated with silver tone indices and hands that comes equipped on a black embossed strap. The other debut color option is a callback to one of the collection's first colorful references that was released in 2019. Coincidentally, one of the many Todd Snyder exclusives featuring a British racing green dial with a gold tone case. This quartz version is $159. I do suspect Timex will certainly add more colors in the coming months. Sinn is one of those watch brands that knows how to do it right. They innovate, have heritage, and a catalog of really impressive and stylish tool watches, with the most notable being the 104. The German watchmaker's new take on this iconic model is the 104 Classic 12, which has several notable differences when compared to the original pilot's watch. First thing you'll notice is the bezel. The OG is well known for its signature countdown bezel. The Classic 12, though, features a 12-hour scale, hence the name. This basically transforms the watch into a simpler version of a GMT, since the bezel can be used to track a second time zone. It also has a much cleaner look with the absence of individual minute markings. Also new is the insert, which is now made of ceramic instead of the less scratch-resistant aluminum found on the OG. Looking at the dial, there are some other big changes that make what was already a great-looking watch now even better. The hands, text, and indices have been changed from crisp white to a more elegant cream color, and they match the markings on the bezel. One of the signature 104 designs are the syringe hands and baton hour markers, so it is great to see that they've both remained, though with some upgrades. They're both now rhodium plated, and the indices are applied instead of printed. Also, the day-date complication at the 3 has been removed, further cleaning up the look of the dial and improving symmetry. And lastly, the black dial now features a more eye-catching sunburst finish, which pairs perfectly with the new polished ceramic bezel. Sinn really nailed it. On a fabric or leather strap, it retails for $2,170 and tops out at $2,650 if you purchase it on the Quick Adjust H-Link bracelet. Hamilton has its fair share of iconic watches, including one of the first automatic chronographs, along with a definitive military field watch. However, along the American-turned-Swiss watch brand's long and prolific history, a few standout designs have slipped into obscurity. Perhaps the best example of this is the 6BB Fab 4 chronograph, a 39mm hands-wound pilot's watch designed for the RAF, Royal Air Force, in the 1970s, that was faithfully revived in 2022 as the Khaki Pilot Pioneer Mechanical Chronograph. Hamilton's now nearly identical replica of the 6BB is a mil-spec masterpiece with a matte black dial, but to make it even more equipped for civilian use, it could use some color. Hamilton updated its revival with a dial matching the blue uniforms the RAF wore in the 1970s. A really cool detail is on the case, and the simple fact that it's asymmetrical. The crown side sticks out slightly with a gentle lug-to-lug curve. Such a fun, unique design. Now, these aren't exactly crown guards because the crown does still stick out, but this design allows the crown and pushers to be slightly recessed, allowing for better comfort and wearability by limiting how they push against the wrist. The watch is powered by Hamilton's Caliber in-house H51 SI, a newish movement that debuted a few years ago on the hand-wound Intramatic, another stunning collection for sure. The H51 SI is based on the ETA Caliber 7753. It has 28,800 vibrations per hour, a 60-hour power reserve, and even includes a silicone balance spring, improving accuracy, consistency, and reliability. I think this is one of the most underrated watches in Hamilton's deep catalog and one of the best mechanical chronographs you could get for the money. In classic Hamilton fashion, they do offer really well-made watches for attainable prices, so they are value-packed. This watch retails for $2,195 on the brown leather strap and $22.95 on a steel mesh bracelet, which looks absolutely incredible. Alright, that's it for the watches today. Let me know which was your favorite and least. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.